Oh, right. There we go.
Hey, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's okay. I always feel like it reminds me of your wilderness. Like many years ago, I used to go whitewater rafting. So I always feel like we're
Oh,
having a meeting and you're way camping or whitewater rafting.
yeah. Well, I live in the camping grounds. So.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Gosh. Yes,
Very,
I'm always amazed how one end of the country to the other, Canada is
yeah.
so beautiful, and here we are.
I
So
know,
how was
so
your week?
nice.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I feel like we're making progress, like baby steps at a time, but things are
Yeah.
getting like easier and easier, and we're getting more systematized, and yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I mean, I wish I'd done this like a year ago because I have so many opportunities right now. I'm just like, oh, I'm not quite ready for that. I'm like, that'd be great, but I'm like, so just kicking my
I
butt to get it moving.
can't tell you how many people that should be our company name. I wish I'd done this a year ago. I hear that from people all the
Yeah,
time. And but thank heavens, Michelle, you as much as you wish you see the light of day now, you could have been doing this for 4 or 5 years till you just got sick, burnt out, and the company you lost it. So
yeah,
you still did an amazing job. But this is what I keep I when I'm making the world crazy talking about building a team. I'm not kidding you. This is what I'm talking about. It changes your life. Like you've started taking days off, it really is life changing.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's not that there's anything like that different, but it's like I just feel a lot less stressed about things because I know they're moving into systems.
Yeah. And what happens too, the stress goes down because not only do you see stuff getting done, but you feel then that things are going to start getting more and more predictable because otherwise
Yes.
you go, okay, we managed today, but then you don't want to take off your gear because you don't know what storm is coming tomorrow, right? So what's
Yeah.
happening is you're seeing some clarity of, oh, I'm here now. This is only going to get better,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Perfect. Okay, let's see, the 12:05. Okay, perfect. All right. So what's your big focus for this week?
I think we're still working on that onboarding
Okay.
process.
Yeah.
Um, we have one of the big shifts that I made in the business after we talked after we talked last week. I'm implementing it next week. Is the group sessions. So now all my clients are going through groups instead of like 100 appointments with me. So that's just going to
Yeah.
be really exciting because each of those group sessions I'm going to bring on. So I'm going to do two a week and then an open Q&A on the Friday. And then I'm going to bring on, some of those sessions I bring on a podcast manager, or I bring on a Adele who does she does the NLP with our clients for their intros and outros. So I can bring her on like once a week instead of with like 10 different appointments. That's going to save me hundreds of dollars, first of all, but that's also going to save us a lot of time too, which is great.
Yeah, it's not, and I'm so excited for you because this is another, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I spend a significant amount of time and a truckload of money on training. So
Yeah.
you not only get the onboarding stuff and the Win the Hour platform, and you don't not only also get my marketing strategy background, but then just business management. Like in the last year, I've paid a lot because what happens is it's kind of like being a local athlete. Like, okay, I'm good. I win all the races at my local school and now my region. Now I want to go to the Olympics. So what happens is
Mm.
I deal with really high end people because I, like yourself, want to be more and more strategic. So I want to be able to bang out a podcast and a couple books a year and do this and that. So it's no longer
Mm.
keeping up. It's being very ambitious.
Yeah.
So these things I'm teaching you, I paid a lot for, and they
Mhm.
then sadly, the simpler something is, like
Mhm.
the more you have to pay for it. It's
Yeah.
kind of like an iPhone. Like the reason we're all paying for this is because it's so much simpler to use than an Android, right? So
Yeah.
so this stuff is really strategic. And the other thing I want to remind you of, okay, now we're bringing in and say, okay, instead of all these appointments you had that were stressing you out and dropping the ball and subject to human error and so much time, money, and effort moving them around. So now we're going to have one day a month
Yeah.
that does this, one day a month that does that. But what we want to do is get organized right from the beginning and be very strategic that this is an inventory, a treasure chest of resources that increase your value for the next, as the people come in later. So it's something that you can, repurpose on a number of things, but you can say to them, here, welcome to the academy. Here's the videos. And we have a little, academy as well, which I don't think you've even popped into yet, but it's there. So you can have all your videos and stuff. Okay, perfect. So all the stuff you're doing can have those videos in there. Then you'll start to have too many. So then you'll have onboarding videos, how to get the most out of a difficult guest videos, frequently asked questions videos. And so then your process will even get more refined as we move forward. And you'll say, okay, here's your calendar link to book an appointment. Here's the 4 videos you need to watch before that. Here's this and here's that. So not only are you removing yourself in the process, you're increasing value and you're improving consistency.
Yeah.
Right. So you really are building an enterprise here.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then I can implement all those things that James Malinchak has taught me over the last 3 years. As well. All those ninja tricks. You got to get the first systems in place first before you can refine.
Well, no, this is awesome. Okay. So show me what you want to look at.
So, let's see if maybe you can just help me walk through our onboarding process. I think our onboarding process is long, and I think that I'm overcomplicating it. I think so in my head, so I can't get it out on my head into paper. So if you could help me with that, Tina, I think that would be a big win. And let's see, Drex is chugging along good.
Perfect.
We've had a lot of new clients come on that are just are repurposing like a vlog or a YouTube channel or a summit into a podcast. So that's been great because it's just they've got 25 videos and he can just go ahead and bang them out and it's good. Yeah.
Perfect.
Base camp. Have you met a guy named Jimmy Easel from James's mastermind?
No.
Yet?
No.
He says Trip Valet. I'll connect you with him after. He runs a young entrepreneur club with like 4,000 entrepreneurs in it, and you have an opportunity to go in and do some training stuff in his community if you're part of his community. I just interviewed him about incentive-based marketing for your podcast. So he was super good guy. I'll connect you with him after. I just
what I have a problem with Jamie's group, and I've told him this, love him dearly, is what happens is I'm missing out because there's so much they're always launching and I'm there to support you. If somebody's launching, I'm here to support you. But then when he does have content, I can't tell in my busy day what's the content for somebody new that's launching or content for people like us. Do you know what I mean? So I miss out on networking because it gets lost in all the new people. Okay, you're 2 weeks away from launch, blah, blah, blah. And I don't need that anymore, right? So then I miss out on the
in-person stuff is so valuable. Like those in-person 3-day events, I've gotten tons of clients from that, and it's really I think that's where you would that's where you would get your clients from the most value out of it. For me, his content is not the most valuable; it's the people in the room that are super high level, amazing
going
people.
To see. I've never went to see him. The
valuable part of that to me.
Yeah, no, I never went and saw him. He's not that old. He hasn't been doing this that long.
Yeah. The 3-day events. No, I'm not talking about Jamie Atkinson. I'm talking about James Malinchak.
Oh, James Malinchak. Oh my God. Yeah. No. I go to James Malinchak stuff. James, I just got a thank you card from James. We keep doing this.
Yeah. I've been in his mastermind for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
And the in-person events are so awesome. So
yeah. Absolutely. No, I for sure go to those.
The online stuff I haven't been doing very much of yet.
Yeah, no, I do that. I'm so sorry. I thought you meant Jamie. I'm like, this doesn't resonate. Okay, perfect. So in James Malinchak's group, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Who's the guy in James Malinchak's group?
Jimmy Easel. He's got Trip Valet. He used to be a head of another network marketing company, but he's got this company called Young Entrepreneur Program. And he's got about 4,000 people in it, and it's he's
so you interviewed him, and you think I should connect with him? And are you gonna send me an email invite?
I'll connect you guys.
Who's my new best friend? Okay. Now that I've got a roadmap.
Yeah.
Follow the conversation.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so I think where I'm lost is just right at the beginning of
Okay, so share your
onboarding.
screen,
I will, yeah. Hang on. Okay, and
James.
I've had not had as much time this week to like move us forward, but I feel like we were just getting used to everything here. So
No worries. I think, do you call James James or do you call James Jamie?
I call him James Malinchik. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I can't follow that conversation when you bring him up.
Maybe
I think I just forget because like you're
maybe because
Canadian,
it's
so
podcasting and you go that way.
yeah, I just go over there. Okay. All right, my apologies. Okay, so go
Okay.
ahead. Where do you want to start?
Okay, onboarding. So toolkit. So I need
Okay.
to just get a toolkit going for onboarding.
Okay.
So if I can just like verbalize what we're doing
Sure.
right now,
You
and
just go
then
ahead.
maybe help me
Yep.
if I'm missing anything, because I don't know what I'm missing, and I don't know if I have got it on onboarding. Okay, so onboarding, and this is not happening right now. So this is kind of like what I would like to see happening
Yeah.
version of this. Okay, new client. Okay, so first thing we do would be having a consultation, like a first, like, uh, I guess, like, so if we're moving into group sessions, I guess this is where I was first even trying to figure out what we do then. Right now, I have everything set up in Experienceify. So when they go into Experienceify, it's a welcome video there, and then it says the next few steps, like join our Facebook group. I did have Slack in there, but I'm going to take that out. Join our Facebook group. Here's the calendar to book your first book into the first call, but now we're moving into the group. So I'll have the schedule for the group there,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's pretty much it. So after they join, like from joining, like they've already paid, they need to get a contract. We need to get their payment information, and then they need to get a login for Experienceify.
Okay, and you're comfortable doing videos, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if I were you, um, what I would do is have it written out in the onboarding, but one of the first things I would do is just have a little welcome video because then people get the psychological sense that they have connected with you. And I
Okay.
would just say, what was it I just wanted to point out? Hold on. I want to always be marketing. Okay.
Yeah.
ABM, always be marketing. And then say, hey, everyone, it's Michelle Abraham. We're so glad to have you here. We've got some housekeeping information below. Take a look at it because it's really there to move you through the process really effectively so we can serve you the best. First thing I want you to do is sign up below so that we can have our consultation call. The really great thing about this, it's going to be a group call. We've really found from our experience that you learn a lot when you do it with the group mentality, and you're going to understand why when we move forward. So sign that up, and I can't wait for you to meet the other people in your group. So you want to be
Sure.
selling
Okay.
the group.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. I'm just going to put that on my to-do list over here, so it's not
Sure.
necessarily a
Take your time. This is
onboarding
your
thing.
time.
And I do have a
Don't
video.
skip
I
don't
do
skip
have a
steps
video.
because I'm here because you won't remember it later.
Yeah, and I do have a video there. I just don't think it doesn't sell the group or anything yet.
Yeah.
So because it was set up before we decided to do the group. So
Yeah, that's fine.
um okay. Do you have a particular program that you guys use for like contracts and stuff? Virtual
I
contracts?
Yeah, I don't have it at my fingertips, but I can look that up for you. So I
Okay.
would do that. Also, make sure as you move in there, each one will say welcome video. In later, go back or now, whenever, and make sure inside that you have the link to the welcome video. You have the link to the Google Docs. So the information, these steps should have information inside them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, because I guess this is coming from our team. There's going to be someone is going to need to go and get them an account in Experienceify to send to them.
Pardon me?
So someone on my team will need to go and create an account for them on Experienceify in order to make this step work, right?
Yes.
So
So then
I would
that's a
put that.
step.
Okay.
So the first step might be alert team of new client, you know.
Okay. And is there like a particular, like, should I have, it's like, I feel like my team sometimes like needs to know like some more particulars about a client, like this client, like her company's about horses. She's from Florida. Here, she's on Eastern time zone. Here's blah, 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 blah. Like, here's some, like a little like synopsis about her. Should I create a form that we fill out per client? That's like okay.
Yeah, so I try to create a language in my organization so everything's not a form. I call it a toolkit. And what I might say is, it's a bio sheet on the client. Like,
Okay.
they're in Australia, so they're 14 hours ahead. We have to keep that in mind. Whatever.
Yeah.
She's 60 years old or she's 6 years old starting her first podcast, whatever. So I would make a little bio sheet of, whatever interesting facts about our client, make it fun, make it something, but just make it short and sweet. Like, don't say onboarding form, just say like bio fact sheet or whatever. And then you do have highlights of the relationship. And I would just have some very blank stuff, and then you just fill it in.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay. So then when we're onboarding a client.
I think I'm still talking loud.
No, you're fine. I'm just
I yell when I think I'm presenting, and I'm like, the microphone's right here. I give myself a headache, and there's no need to yell at you.
It's okay. I don't even notice. I'm gonna speak quieter than normal because it's early in the morning here and everyone's still sleeping upstairs.
No, it's even if you weren't here, I just talk loud when I'm doing business, and I give myself a headache.
It's exciting.
Give myself a headache.
And then on here, like I would have like the link to Experienceify where they would have to go and do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think this is like where I get stuck because like I know like the idea, like the step of it, but then with each step I have to go back and like do like some steps before each step.
But it's a process, and we're building it together. So first of all, you're taking, it's kind of like my husband. He told me it was an urban myth that you put cars in garages, because he just would like save everything in the garage. It'd be some toy that had a broken wheel that no one's ever going to play with again. And it's like, what are we doing? Well, I'm going to find that wheel, right? So what happens is you take all the stuff out of the garage once a year and fight with them. And then you realize we have all this sporting equipment. We have all these broken toys. We have all this stuff. And all of a sudden you see more clearly. But inside, I just thought, well, we have to move. This is it, right? So what you're doing is you're cleaning out the closet and you're going to have to reorganize it a couple of times. And even for us, what I want you to appreciate is we're constantly every week tweaking our process because we're growing, we're adding to it. We're finding out this step didn't work. So it's not a one and done.
Right. Okay.
Still talking loud.
And then it always changing and evolving anyways.
Yeah. But it's certainly much harder when you haven't done it ever for years, and now you're trying to do it all in one sitting. So I think you're doing great.
Yeah, like actually follow the system myself. That's going to be the most challenging part, I think.
No, you will, because you'll find it. You'll see the results.
Yeah. Okay. Send contract. Create bio sheet for client. Welcome. Contract. Send contract. We don't have a contract made yet, so I have to read.
Okay, hold on. Go back there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the process to onboard a client. This is not the client's file. Okay. So I
Okay.
think for the contract, what you want the link in there is you want the link to the contract form.
Form, right.
And then the next step would be to save in client file. And so then you'd have a master
Okay.
file or to create a new folder. So right now you're bringing information of the client into this process, and this isn't the client's process. This is the onboarding process.
Okay.
To push
So,
it's to push the client through the process.
right.
So with here contract, it would be different. You'd be like, here's the contract. I need you to fill it out with the client, not put the
Okay.
client contract in here.
Okay.
Or so we might have, create folder for client, for create folder for new client. Like, so you might have a master folder, right? And it might be then
Yeah.
create new folder in this big folder. So you're trying to take them and push them through a process, keep moving forward, not collect information and hold it here. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. It's these little nuances that will really trip you up.
Yeah. Okay. So
Under
creating,
contract,
so that would
yeah.
be, so, and then I'm just not sure who's doing all that. I think I'm probably doing all the onboarding at the moment anyways. So,
Well, don't worry about that yet. It doesn't matter. It still has to be a good process for you to hand it off. So create bio sheet for client. So
yeah,
in there should be the link to the bio sheets.
right, which we haven't created yet.
Okay,
So
that's no
I'll put
problem.
the
Create new
link in
drop
here
post.
saying,
Okay.
add link to bio sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it says create a Dropbox folder. So you probably have a master folder of your clients, and within that so then you would want to give the
Yes.
link, create Dropbox
Yeah.
folder in here. And here's the master folder. Because even when you build these processes, you don't realize once you start taking them out of it, how quickly they get lost, they don't come back. So these little nuances
Yeah.
really expedite it.
Yeah. I think I have one that's called a new client podcast. Here we go.
Okay, hold on. So let's stop for a
So
second if you don't
copy
mind.
this one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we have a folder called new clients.
No, I have a folder that says like, so in here, what I'm going to say on the thing is to go in and copy this entire folder because this is how it's set up for a new client.
Okay.
So this is under our podcast clients. Yeah. So
Okay.
under podcast clients, this is our new one. So what they would do is go in here and make a copy of this particular folder.
Okay.
And then label it as the new one. So
I might even, just to be picky later,
mm-hmm.
call it somewhere in that title, I might call it master.
Okay.
Just so people don't touch it, so they don't start filling it out.
Right. Gotcha.
It can be next new client, master, whatever podcast. But if it's not master, somebody at some point is going to make a mistake and use it.
Okay. Not sure why I can't.
I've done that myself.
Master.
You can just hit right click rename, I believe.
Yeah, usually I can, but oh, there you go. Now it's showing up. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we can say make a copy of this folder, rename it with the client's name. Discount. Okay, and I'm putting these notes in the notes section, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to need to go back and change that because I want it to say copy. Okay. All right. So onboarding new client, create bio sheet for the client, create new Dropbox folder for client, copy master and rename it, send welcome email, contract, save contract in file.
What is contract? Create contract?
Send contract.
Did you, sure? Otherwise it might look like the contract's in there.
Right. Right. There. Okay. So create and send contract, save contract in file. Now I should actually, is that bad that we're working off of Drive and
No, as long as you're very logistic about your reasoning.
yeah, I think Drive, I want to have all of our like human resource stuff and all of our client details, and then Dropbox have all of our like full like all of our things for our clients, like all their episodes and cover art and music and all that kind of stuff for their podcast.
I do that as well. What I do is everything video, like anything heavy, video, graphics, photography goes in Dropbox.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, anything with copy on it goes in Google, because Word is just not happening anymore. So if you're using documents and in Dropbox, first of all, you're making it cumbersome, subject to human error, copy, people have to download it. It's not as accessible for other people. You can't just share it. And I don't have Word anymore. So when somebody sends me a Word document, it's a big kerfuffle. I have to go in, right?
Yeah. Who uses Word anymore? Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. So create a Dropbox folder with new client. Okay, I think that's all the onboarding specific stuff I have. They need to have a Dropbox folder. They need to have a Drive folder. They need to have a little bit of a bio sheet for them. They need to have Experienceify login details, and they need to have a contract for them. Oh, and this will be a
And then that welcome email is going to have copy in it and a link to the calendar and a link to your video, right? Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and a link their login details for Experienceify.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then when they get into Experienceify, then there'll be the video there. So in here, they'll have their video.
I've really dropped
So
the
their
ball.
video from us here, their mission, and then these are some goals that we have for them. And then go into our group, introduce yourselves, podcast manager in Slack, fill out your Google form. So this Google form is more information about them, which is like their show information and their all the things that we need to get their show going, kind of thing.
Can you rename those to Google form?
Yeah.
I would probably get more specific for them and for you. So it might be whatever client fact sheet or contact form or whatever, but I would be more specific. A Google form is just too vague.
Okay. And too boring.
Well, you'll have first of all, it's not very good marketing, but secondly, you're going to have other forms. So when you say a Google form, that wipes out any other form you'll ever have, because now you've just got one form. The Google form covers everything.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll need to go back, and this is like another intake form for them, like just getting their mailing address and all that kind of stuff. So I wonder if mm, we'll be getting some of that information. We might be able to eliminate this and just turn this into something a little bit different, because if we're getting all this information, basically the point of this was to get their mailing address, their birthday, their website, their preferred method of communication, how they found out about us. So mostly, and who referred them kind of thing, but most of this stuff we're going to be able to get on the contract. So if I change this a little bit to more things that we need to get their show started, maybe.
And I would also not, I wouldn't ask them what their preferred way of communication is.
Right,
You're setting yourself up, because now I'm annoyed that you're emailing me when I want you to call me. And like
right,
now I'm calling the shots, and it just sets you up to miss the mark when you ask them. Don't ask them a question that you now can't respond to.
right. Okay. Okay.
We want to always give them less choices.
Okay. Got it. And we
Only
can
taking the
eliminate
Slack out.
Slack.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can eliminate that too. Okay, cool. All right, that sounds
So
good.
let me back up for a second. Are you
Yeah,
paying for this? How much are you paying for this Expensify?
Experienceify. I pay $100 a month for it, and but I have all my programs on it. So we have my podcast coach stuff. We have audit my podcasts, launch your podcast in 30 days stuff.
And what are those things, like audit my podcast? What's all that stuff? Oh, that's
This
so
is a
that they
training
can
that
go
I
through.
did that I saw, like a separate training. Yeah. So when they go to so basically when they have access to this one, every time they go there as a student, they'll see some of our other programs and services that we have as well. They can upgrade to that or check
Okay,
out
so let
other
me
stuff.
just get this straight. You have but this is a bunch of training that they can go through for
Hmm.
information.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just, I can't help it. My job is to protect you on any level that I can and give you information, give you choices, right? So what I might look at further down the road, because $100 a month is a lot. We do for our stuff and for our marketing clients, you could be setting this up in Teachable, and
Hmm.
it's not going to cut, like, that's a lot of money.
It is, but how much is Teachable? Because like I
Uh,
used to do Thinkific and it's $100 a month too, and this is gamified, which I liked. So it's like they get
Let me
points
look
and it
into
makes
that.
noises and stuff like that every time they do everything.
Well, if you like that aspect of it, then for sure keep it. I just didn't
Yeah.
want it just to be videos sitting there for $100 a month.
Oh, no, no, no. This is, I mean, I'm just using this for our onboarding process. The whole point of it is actually for our launching a podcast in 30 days program,
Okay.
um, and other other
Gotcha. Okay.
programs that we run through it. So it's like Teachable, except for it's just more fancy,
Games.
just more
Okay.
fancy.
Fabulous. No
I've
problem.
tried
As
all the
long as
other
you're
ones.
happy with it.
This is
Yeah.
one
Oh,
of the
then
other
that's
ones.
fine. If you, as long
Just
as you
because
made
it
a choice,
gamifies
that's
everything, like
good.
it makes sounds when you
Yeah.
watch videos, and it makes sounds when you like it goes boom chicka boom boom, or it like does all these
Yeah.
fun things to gamify things, right? So you can run contests and
Cool.
make it really cool, rather than
Well,
just like
perfect then.
watching videos and going through things. So it was just a way to make it more of an experience than a
Yeah, that makes sense.
like a course, right?
Yeah. As long as you're
It's
using it. I thought
Marisa
you were just,
Murgatroyd as program.
my apologies. Sorry, there was a delay. As long as you're using it, I thought
Yeah,
it was just hosting
yeah,
some videos.
yeah, I like it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's expensive, but I like it. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Your screen froze if you're doing anything. Hold on. Oh, she's gone. I was like, she really didn't take that well when I made a
I'm
suggestion.
back. That was weird.
I was like, here's my suggestion. Boom, done. Okay, are you still there? Oh, there you are. Okay, perfect. So you'll need to share your screen again.
See, I was like, see ya. No thanks. See ya. Yeah. Awesome. All right. I will. Yeah. Hang on. Great. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So onboarding. Um, yeah. So I think everything else, not that I can think of anything else that they need to do right away there.
Okay.
And then once they get into Experienceify, they have sort of another to-do list in there. And then all their call information will be in there as well. So yeah, I think that's probably all I can think about for.
Okay,
I
that's
know.
fine.
I would
Perfect.
follow client Facebook. Okay. Anywhere else you would do follow? I want to follow them on Facebook, LinkedIn,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Now, right away, I would start a second thing because that would be admin just for now, and you can
Okay.
do it. But that following them on different platforms in the very near future, you do not need to be the person doing that.
No, right.
So I would make that a new group.
Okay. Is that what I want to do there? Admin
Yeah.
onboarding? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Good job.
And then yeah, I mean, a lot of these things I don't do anyways right now, but I gotta reorganize whoever's doing it.
Yeah.
So,
It's a process.
yeah. Okay. I think that's good. I feel good about that
Okay.
one. Gotcha. I was just thinking, I was like, that needs to be whoever is. I was just thinking I might need to have a different one for someone who is coming to us with the show already, but that'll be the same. So I'll
Okay.
get just a few extra questions for them. Okay, so onboarding. Can we look at anything else I should be looking at? What should I be looking at next?
Okay, so I would really want to get down more and more the process of like your week to week stuff with your clients. We want to start making that more and more efficient.
Okay, cool. So that's where we kind of need to make a toolkit for each of the sessions we're going to deliver. What like what videos they need to watch first, and then what we talk about on the call, or what is that what you mean? Like what we do with them
Yeah,
on a
we
week
can
to week?
start there. So we can start with the
Okay.
client. So whatever your biggest pain point is. So you've got systems in play already with your existing team. So probably your biggest
Yeah.
pain point right now is new people coming in. So we need to make that more efficient
Yes.
so we can get
Yeah.
that out here faster.
Okay. And so what that looks like for me is for me though, it's creating some videos that they watch first before they come to the first session.
Yeah.
Videos for the second. So can I write that all in the toolkit of what those videos are going to be, and then what they so then they watch those, or so this is for me though?
Well, those are both really good questions, Michelle. And so these are two separate things. So one is we're
Okay.
creating a process. As you create a process, you will then have to go and assign yourself work. So you need to get in the habit of assigning work to yourself and to others. So as you're creating that process, now we also want to have a thing that's called
Okay.
whatever, amplify, and you might have a video section or whatever, copy section, and you have to assign, okay, I need to make 3 videos and here's the content, because you need to come back like you had amnesia. Not only do you not want to have lists all over the place going, oh yeah, I got to make a video, but
Yeah.
I'll show you how to link back to the other Basecamp. Why am I making this video? Oh, right. Okay. And the details are there. So one leads to another.
Okay. Okay. So how do I do that? So what do I start with? Do I start with what I need to do, my to-do list?
If you know it, sure. You
Yeah.
might want to start with what the client, the onboarding for the client, because it will generate more work. But if you know right off the bat, then let's go into there.
Like I've been making a to-do list as we've been going along this morning
Okay,
already. I have about
perfect.
6 things on it.
Okay. So then the bigger company is called Amplify You, right?
Yeah.
So then I would
Yes.
scroll down and you're going to have, or wherever you could create an Amplify You folder down there.
Okay. Down here.
Yeah. So just hit
Is
new
it
up
is
in
it
there.
like a 3.0 or
Yeah. There you go.
2.0
Yep. So
toolkit?
it's not going to be a
is it
toolkit.
client?
It's just going to be work. So it'll be a 3.0, 3 or 4, maybe 4. Because clients might be 3. I can't remember. So for either 3 or 4, we can change it. I think it's 4.
Okay.
But you got to put the 4 in front of it.
Oh, 4. Sorry. It cut out while you were saying that, so I was just
No, that's
guessing.
fine. I like delay here.
Yeah. It's just amplify you, not like amplify you
We'll do it.
admin or okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
not yet. We're just going to do it here for now, but we will split off in a bit.
Okay.
So this is all going to change. This is going to be a little bit rough in the beginning because we have to see what we have. It's like sorting laundry. So the first thing I would do is move the to-do list to the left so that it's the first thing in there. So you don't have to, they're always the same. And then I would go in there and for now, I might just make a category called visuals.
In the to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Visuals.
And sometimes we have to go broad and then we have to narrow down. And so in
Okay.
here, we create the videos that you need to create.
Okay.
Give yourself homework. Now you're creating videos?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say create videos. I know it's
Okay.
simple, but. And usually what I do, just so you know, because this makes it, you don't have a lot going on right now, but when you get a lot going on, what
Mm-hmm.
I would do is I would have Basecamp open in 2 folders. And in there, I would put in the notes, the link to the stuff you're building it for. So you've got the onboarding and you've got, okay, I need these videos. I would put the link to that in there.
Okay.
You want to treat this like when you come back and you have to save your own life in those movies where you have amnesia.
Gotcha.
Because you will have amnesia. You'd be like, what the hell was I talking about?
Okay.
I don't have videos. Why am I asking myself to do that?
So how do I make a link to a
So I'll
folder?
show you.
Like,
So
yeah.
go in, first go into to-dos.
Okay.
Yep, good job. Okay. So where, yeah, hold on. Is it in there? Yeah. No.
Public
Yeah,
link.
public link. Yeah. Because you'll be like, you'll have 4 or 5 videos to make, and then you'll be like confused. You kind of remember 2, but you don't remember what the third one's for. Like, and you start doubting yourself, and you just create more work. Paste. Yeah. And then everything is there. So then you just follow through here, and you don't have to go find, you
Comes
don't
up
have
like
to remember.
that's your Zoom.
Oh, that's not it.
That is your Zoom link. That is not not what I tried
We'll
to
try it again.
copy. Hold on, let's try to do that.
It's like your Mars, your Wi-Fi and everything is a little odd.
Yeah. Yeah, I would normally be at my office, but it's too early to get over there. So,
Oh,
for
no,
our
I'm not
calls,
complaining to you. I'm just
I slept
talking
for a
about,
little bit.
I'm talking about the Canadian frontier. No, no, no.
Yeah.
I think you're a real team sport doing this at 8 o'clock in the morning. I've got no complaint. No, it's just the wilderness of Canada and the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually have
There are some
pretty.
rural spots in Ontario where I was dealing with business, the business community and
Yeah.
realtors, and they couldn't sell houses because people couldn't work from home if they worked in Toronto 2 hours away and they're out in the country and they can't get Wi-Fi. They couldn't buy the house because the Wi-Fi wasn't good enough. I mean, imagine not
Yeah.
buying or selling a house because you need better Wi-Fi. Like,
Oh, that was one of the big, huge factors of us moving here, actually, is that the Wi-Fi was a lot worse before. We had to get a rural hub from TELUS to
wow.
actually be able to live here. And usually the hub is great, but when it's summertime and there's 30,000 extra people here right now, then it's like the towers are overloaded, so then it doesn't work very good. But then when there's nobody here, it's great. Rest of the year is fine. It's just summertime when you look out in the lake and there's like boats of like 20 people and everyone has a cell phone. It's like,
Get off the phone. I'm trying to work.
get off your phones. Yeah, go away. Okay, so let's see if this one, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so I was getting the Amplify You.
Yeah.
I was getting a folder link for Amplify You from
The onboarding.
session 1. So session 1. Yeah. Oh gosh, come on. No, pin and pin. Session. Come on. Okay, so let's try that again. Session 1. Copy. Could like spend
You got to go right in there. You got to
in the to-dos. Okay, you could spend hours in this in Basecamp.
get shareable link.
organizing.
I don't think you got shareable link. Okay, go in there.
Did
you didn't click shareable link. I don't think oh, here we go. So go right in there. I don't know if you can go right into the one line that you want. Click there.
Okay.
Great video. Go in there. And then go to the top right. Oh, is that where you're posting it? Copy.
This is where I was posting it, yeah.
Okay, go
but
ahead.
It's a Zoom link again. Okay.
Because you didn't get the shareable link from the other one.
Yeah, didn't. Okay, so session 1. When I went here, so I go in up here and get shareable link.
Get public link, but also go into the Pacific right there. Generate public link. There
Got
you
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Copy.
There you go.
Gotcha. Okay.
There we go. It's misleading. It looks like you have it, but you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an extra step here, but I cannot stress to you how it will save you later.
Okay. Yeah. Especially if we want to do this again. Well, then it's nice to give myself a working to-do list because I have my to-do list like just on the notepad on my computer. If that ever disappeared, I'd be screwed.
And then, but not only that too, what's going to happen though is, again, we're teaching you how to create processes. So what you can do for yourself,
yeah,
then you can start delegating to other people. So it's more than just getting these videos done. It's understanding how to leverage and amplify your workflow. That's really what it's. Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so I will work on getting this all done. So my goal for next week is to have the videos created that I need for people to watch before each session. And then I'm going to start with the sessions next week. And we're going to start with, we thought we would do session 1 and 4
and then the Q&A. So that, or so 1 and 3 on week 1 and the Q&A, and then week 2 would be session 2 and 4, so that they could, so then if they're starting, they'd only have to wait an extra week rather than like 4 weeks to get started on session 1.
I'm making notes. Corral. Okay. So I think you're a pretty positive person, and I think sometimes you can see that in a way. It kind of feels slow and fast at the same time, right? Because I think what
Yes.
happens is you see the potential of what we can do, so then you want, oh my gosh, what if I just stay up late tonight and do it all, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen that way. But I will assure you that I'm not kidding you. Like I literally, for you to do this by yourself, first of all, you'd never get there, and it would take you
No, because I could look at it.
no, and it would take you years and years, because all these little nuances, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they look so small, but they create such headaches and such
Yeah.
frustrations. Like even putting the links right in there, that was something that took me a really long time to figure out. How all you have to do is step out for a second, and then you get lost, because you go to grab something in a Google Docs and then you see something else, and now you're over here. And it's just like those horses with, the blinders. You need to stay in your seat and stay in one spot,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
just amplifies. And I don't know, I guess because it's on the screen, I keep saying amplifies. It just amplifies your results unbelievably. So
Yeah.
this is going to be like your income potential is going to increase dramatically, because we're doing this, because you'll be able to bring in more and more and more stuff, and never
Yeah.
mind your stress and your health, and you'll be sleeping and taking days off. Your income's going to grow considerably. Yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah.
That was the only, I mean,
Right.
oh gosh, you could be making a truckload of money and then one day sell this.
Yeah.
And then you won't
Exactly.
even take my calls. You'll be like, I don't remember. What the hell did
Yeah.
I say?
Okay. Ah, no, never. Okay. Awesome. Okay, this is great. Thank you, Chris. I got it for this week. Going ahead and making myself some to-do lists, and we're on it. Woo.
Perfect. Okay,
Okay.
so are you good for the same time next week?
Actually, I do have a conflict next week. I'm being interviewed on a podcast at 8 a.m. next week. So I'm wondering if maybe we could do, I could do either Wednesday or Friday at that time.
Can you do an hour later? Can you do 9 a.m.?
I could next week, yes. Normally I couldn't because I have my mastermind icon maker program that I do, but it's not on next week. So yes.
Okay, perfect. So it all works out. So next week we'll do it an hour
Yeah,
later at 9, and then the week after we'll go back to 8.
perfect. Okay. That sounds good.
Perfect.
Gotcha
Yes,
there.
awesome. You're doing fabulous,
Okay.
and
Thank
I'll see you
you.
next week. I'll look for your email. Bye.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Oh.